This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yo, 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 what the fuck is out there, everybody on there in the YouTube's Ocean Go by Papa Tkyo. And look at this view. I don't know if you can see it because it's all dark outside, but this is nice. This is some night economy stuff. You know, I guess these flowers do look, you know, they do look pink when it's at night and the fucking lights are on them. But anyway, welcome back to another Papa Tkyo rants where yours truly, Papa Tkyo, gives you guys a nice rant rave about his life here in Tokyo. I am going from Musashi Kosugi back to my what is it? Back to Nakano Shimbashi. So, fucking GPS, tell me where I'm going right. Yeah, I gotta go back towards the train line. Oh, that's nice. I love when the GPS is like, well, you didn't point the phone north, so I don't know where you're going. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, so welcome back. Today we're talking about Taylor R, the vlogger, ex-Japan vlogger, now Hong Kong vlogger, Taylor R. And we're going to talk about what I think about her and, you know, some critique. So, like we do when we talk about other people here. And I love it too for all the other people that, like, I've gotten legit comments recently of just like people being like, you know, this guy's a fucking prick. Why don't you actually make some content besides talking shit about people? And I'm like, you didn't check out any videos? It's like I have tons of videos where I'm not talking about people. And they're like, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, you know, fuck those guys. They don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, you guys seem to like it when I talk about other vloggers and give my 2 cents on it. So that's what I'm doing with these type of rant videos. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, big shout out to today's sponsor too. Boom, Nakano Shimbashi Guest House. If you guys need a cheap place to stay in Japan and you want to rough it, you want to be a badass and just fucking rough it, you know, go all fucking Blade Runner and shit on here, then yeah, you need to go there and do this stuff and go there and check it out. But anyway, seriously, if you're coming to Tokyo, I would really doubt that you're going to be wanting to spend every day in your hotel room. And I don't know about you, but I can't justify spending $80 to $100 on a room that I'm just going to sleep in. It's just a glorified bed at that point. So, yeah, I'm not... So, like, you know, as long as I have a bed and fast internet connection, I'm good, you know? But, anyway, we're going to talk about Taylor R today. And, oh yeah, NordVPN, bam! NordVPN, it's a good, you know, use that service, because it's, like, good and shit. You want to protect yourself while also watching Japanese Netflix, then, yeah, it's just one of those things that you should sign up for, because it's so cheap. It's like $3 a month if you use my promo code. So go over and check it out. Yeah, and question of the day: do you know who Taylor R is? Do you like Taylor R? And if you like Taylor R, tell me what you like about her. And if you don't like her, tell me what you don't like about her, because it seems to be a mixed bag with her. And yeah, like, and if you don't know anything about her, tell me what you think about veganism, because she's a vegan. And yeah, or just write down in the comments, Dad, why did you leave? Why are you ignoring this message? That's the secret comment. But yeah, anyway, so now let's get into it. So who is Taylor R? Taylor, downshift, really? Come on, spaghetti. You don't downshift randomly on me, boy. So who is Taylor R? Well, Taylor R is, oh my god. I, like, just fucking didn't even care that I was slightly close to him. Taylor R falls into that group of white girls that come to Japan to, you know, do white girl vlog videos. That's pretty much it. But the difference is, with her videos, is that, well, she's actually, like, I don't know much about her, but apparently she's an expat, you know, like, she's been like her whole life. Like apparently her family, from what I could tell from her lifestyle, her parents, like she grew up with money, you know. Nothing wrong about that, you know. Hey, you know, you play the cards that are dealt to you. You know, you don't ever hate on somebody for having money. If they flaunt money, that's one thing. But just having money, that's kind of a dick move, you know. But anyway, yeah, it says that she grew up all around wherever. I think she grew up around Asia. So she lived in Hong Kong before she came to Japan, and she was from Canada. I guess her family moved a lot, or like around a lot, as like, you know, international family or something. But then they settled back in Canada, where they're from, and you know, when she, I guess, high school age or something. I don't know how young was she when she did this, but when she got to her early 20s, let's just say early 20s, because I don't know how old she is. But when she got to her early 20s, you know, she's like, I want to be a model, but I'd like to do it as easy as possible. And gonna go down that tiny road? Nah, dude, come on, fucking GPS. Anyway, she's like, I want to be a model. How can I do that easily? And they're like, oh, we could just send you to Asia. They have a shortage of white chicks there. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, like, you know, get rid of the competition, or have like less competition, you know, like, yeah, we can do that. And so she's like, yeah, okay, cool, let's do that. I've lived in Asia before, we'll do that. And yeah, so she moved to Hong Kong, I think, first, or Japan, I can't remember. She did a bunch of jobs, but she worked in Hong Kong for a bit, and then she's like, I don't know, I want to move to Japan. I'm doing Japan. And then she came to Japan, and she became a model there. Am I going straight? I always hate these GPS. They're like, well, it's made for efficient traffic, for like going through traffic. I'm like, yeah, but you could just give me the route with the least amount of, you know, the least amount of going forward and shit. Wait, it's red, but I can go. Yeah, because I got the green on that one. But anyway, she's like, okay, so she comes here. She's a model for a while, and she starts vlogging. And you know, she's living in Daikanyama, very rich area, you know, with and I rich. That word rich, affluent, money is going to come up a lot. And don't hate me. This is just her situation, and she's. You know, I know that no matter how big of a YouTuber you are, somebody makes a video about you, you're going to watch it. So, anyway, hi, Taylor. Don't worry, I'm not knocking you. I've already mentioned that it's not a bad thing being rich. But anyway, so she's working in Daikanyama. She's a model. And, you know, she's having fun. She's bought herself a little, like, poodle dog thing, whatever it is, like teddy bear dog. And then... and yeah, she's just enjoying her life. She's vlogging, she's cooking, and then she starts dating this guy who owns a company from Hong Kong, and they're serious, you know, like they're going out, and she's doing all this stuff, and she's living with him. She's doing modeling, and she's doing YouTube, and she's growing pretty good and big on YouTube. She's getting like a bunch of viewers, and you know, she's gathering stuff, you know, she's doing really good. And so it's just like and then, like, I guess her husband had to move back to Hong Kong, and he's like, you know what, marry me. And well, I guess while they were dating, or like after they were dating for a while, she moved in with him to this really big house. And yeah, it was real, like, it's a big fucking house. Like, the house was obviously like 10 grand or more a month for the area they were in, which was southern Tokyo, and it was brand new and stuff too. So yeah, you know, that's what she was doing. And you know what, again, not hating, like, hey, you know, work it if you got it, you know. Has the camera been looking up the whole time? Well, you know, it's still fun. It's still good. It's still good. It's not, you know, it's not dry. It's still good. But anyway, so yeah, they eventually get married and or they get engaged, and then they move to Hong Kong for her boyfriend's job, and then they get married in Hong Kong, and she's just been in Hong Kong ever since. And you know, like, I always give criticism to a lot of women, especially the white Western women who come here, because they always have a lot of things in common. They talk about, like, they talk about Japan as if they're experts, even though they don't know the language, and they've never, you know, like, they live a very foreign life here in their, like, you know, aside from being in Japan, they don't live a Japanese life. They live a very foreign life. They'll go out and they'll eat at, you know, fancy vegan restaurants. They'll, you know, like, they won't learn the language. They act like experts, you know, etc., etc. And then also, they just hang out with other white chicks. They don't have any, like, Asian friends. And that's always my criticism of these people, is that, like, look, you're glamorizing Japan, which is fine, you know, everyone does it, but you haven't really assimilated, you know, or at least you don't show it on your videos. So that's what gets me. I'm like, because, like, at least with me, I don't consider myself to be a Japan expert, but I get out there. I get out there in the shit. You know, my Japanese isn't perfect, but I've worked at a domestic Japanese company with my level of Japanese. At one point, it was good enough for that. And then also in my recent vlogs, I go out and I have conversations with Japanese people, and I hang out. I show my life here in Japan and show what real raw people are like. And you know, that might not be it for everybody, but I'm just saying that's why I have heavy criticisms for over people. But anyway, that's Taylor R. Now, why is there? Let me say the good things before I say the bad. So, which, you know, we'll see. So, why do I like Taylor more than any other white chick that's vlogging in Japan? Well, I guess besides Pearl, but, you know, I'll get to that. Yeah, Pearl, there you go. You get your little tiny shout out like you need it. Oh, I'm definitely getting in front of this guy. But yeah, for example, what is it? Why do I like Taylor? Well, first off, she used to be a fat, chubby kid. She wasn't fucking horribly morbid, obese, but she was fat. She was a chubby kid. So she's grown up with that feeling of judgment from everybody being an asshole. You know, like, she knows what it's like to just, you know, feel that pain of being ridiculed because you're heavier than everyone. And so I respect her for that, because she's lost the weight, and not only did she lose the weight and keep it off, but she also turned it into a modeling career, you know? Like, fuck yeah. Like, how many good-looking, skinny people in general try to be a model and fail, you know? And she lost weight, and she even became a model. So there you go. And this guy can't pull up in front of him, so I'm gonna do it. Look at all these trucks. There's no trucks here. Buses. Yeah, same thing. Come on, bro. Give me some space, bro. God, it's all traffic jams all the way there. Fuck. But anyway, so yeah, I like that she has a past of being fat, because it's relatable for me, even though I'm still fat right now. But, you know, also I like that her boyfriend is not the, you know, you've seen women like Charla or Rachel, from like Rachel and Jun, and you know, their I never saw Charla's boyfriend, but I'm guessing, you know, she took advantage of the Gaijin card, which of course she's supposed to do, and she got herself a hot piece of Asian ass, like, you know, a good looking Asian dude, which, you know, she's allowed to have, so whatever. But you know, Taylor, her husband, her Shacho, her boyfriend, is not the best looking guy. You know, he is not the best looking dude. But, well, I mean, at the same time, he's got money. I really doubt. But, like, the thing is like, you could easily say, oh yeah, a model with no skills, you know, no academic background. Of course, the hot chicks will go for the guy, no matter what he looks like, if he has money. And it's easy to jump to that conclusion, but I don't get that feeling from her for some reason. Like, you know, you meet a lot of people that have money, that are humble, that have never acted like a dick. Like, I remember when I was in 6th grade, there's a guy named Oh my God, his name was Taylor. Holy shit. I didn't even think about that. Oh, well, anyway, there's another boy that always rode the bus with me in 6th grade, and his name was Taylor, and I remember he would always flaunt his money and like, be like, oh yeah, we're gonna take my dad's car there, like, my dad's driving us, and we're going to like this, obviously too expensive for me to go places, and he would just be like, Sam, you want to go? And I'm like, I don't have any money. He's like, oh yeah, that's right, you have no money, ha ha ha. And see, that's a dick. That's a fucking dick, like when I went out with my buddy Jack and his wife to hang out for a beer or two, and then their friends were like, we want to go let's go to Yakiniku, and it's like, that's $30 cover fee, and you guys just want to drink, and they're like, yeah, what's $30? And I'm like, well, dude, like, and I'm a starving black child, I don't have that money, at that time. I was trying to save money, so, like, that's snobby rich people, but I don't see her being that kind of person for some reason. She could easily fall into that category if you didn't really watch her videos, but you can see it, and at least in my case, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but yeah, and so that's another thing. She has a not super good looking husband but he seems like a great guy, and like, this is the kind of, like, I've run into tons of rich Japanese guys teaching here, and it's like they're always very insecure. They're always kind of like, they're snobbish. They got a big fucking chip on their shoulder, and they don't have the balls to date women that are hot. They'll pay for those women to be they'll be their sugar daddy, but or they'll like fuck hookers, but they will never, they don't have the balls to actually date somebody. So, I think, I don't know if she knew he was rich before they started dating, but, I just don't get that vibe. I don't get that succubus for money vibe from her. So, that's another reason I like it, like her, like this situation. Sorry, got burps. So it's another reason. Another reason is she's actually really good at making videos, I remember Rachel and Jun's first videos. It was just like sitting in front of a camera with good lighting and good makeup on and telling people 5-minute snippets about Japan. It was not content. It didn't take skill, But Taylor R., you watch any of her old vlogs, and they're really well put together, They're actually pretty good, and they're entertaining. And like, if she was just a video editor and a camera person, it would still be interesting, Like, if she didn't show her face, that would have still been like a good video that I would have watched. So that's a qualifier. I feel like a lot of female vloggers here, they just get easy viewpoints because they're attractive, So that's a big one for me. Yeah, what's another point I like about her? I like that she doesn't come off snobbish, and she's always giving advice on her channel, but it's not like bullshit. I've only been an English teacher my whole life, and then I got married for a spouse visa, Miss Morita. It's not like that, It's her stuff is like, look, like I made this practical shit at home. Check it out. Not like, hey, I was an English teacher for 10 years. Sign up for my life coaching, And I'm sorry, that's mean for Kelly, but hey, truth hurts, I guess. So yeah, it's just like overall her videos are good, even if she wasn't in them, and she's very practical about her stuff. She's had shitty experiences in the past that she overcame, especially with weight, and she doesn't seem like a rich cunt. She seems like just a rich, humble person. And yeah, so, what are some things that, like, I have criticisms for? It's not really hating, but I would think criticisms, like, I noticed when I would go to those, sometimes there's websites where they're talking shit about, YouTubers, especially YouTubers in Japan. And I remember one, I was looking up one because, like, I guess a friend told me to check out one or something, and I saw, I'm in like a very sub box of whatever that fucking website was, but she was at the top, and I'm watching it, and all these people are just judging her for being too beautiful and flaunting her money. And with the money thing, I kind of understand. Because I remember one video where she was going to hang out with Venus Angelic, and she's like, oh, I'm just going to take a taxi. And the taxi was from like Harajuku all the way down to Yokohama. That's like probably I'm guessing like $9,000 to like $90 to like $120 taxi cab fare. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing that's how much it is. And like, you know, she like just paid like it was nothing, you know. And if you watch a lot of her vlogs, she's always taking taxis everywhere. And you know, the only people I know that do that are like, you know, people of money. So the normal person watching that video, or the biggest group of people that are watching that video, probably don't have that kind of money to throw around, and so that probably pissed people off. Another thing was just like, you know, she lived in well, her first apartment in Daikanyama was small. You know, I don't think anyone could give her shit for that, but it's Daikanyama. She said she's in Daikanyama. That's not a rich, that's not a cheap place to live, you know. And you know, it just makes sense. So yeah, I guess like maybe that's one thing. But I don't know if I have any real criticisms. I mean, like, she's always killing it, you know, whether she's killing it on Instagram or TikTok. I don't know if she's on TikTok, but she makes TikTok-y style videos for Instagram. But she's always just kicking ass, you know. She's always kicking ass, making good content, and I don't know, you can just tell she seems more genuine than most of these people. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody I talked about before is a good person, but I just feel like, you know, there's some people that just have a camera presence and there's some people that don't. And it's like, you know, one of the reasons I give Tokyo Lens so much shit is because I feel like that guy in real life probably cusses like a sailor, and, you know, and he just, I feel, you know, like when you meet somebody and they're being like overly nice, but you can just tell it's fake just for formalities. I feel like that's all of Tokyo Lens's channel. And so like, and that just makes me uncomfortable watching stuff like that, you know. But when I watch Taylor R, it sounds like she's talking to her friends back home, you know. And but it's like for a big fucking crowd of people. Ooh, I'm gonna speed past you, motherfucker. I'm gonna do it. Takaido Kita Rikubash. Nice. But anyway, I mean, like, I don't know, what else do I have to say about Taylor R? Well, I mean, just, I don't know. It's so often, or it's like so rare for me to find like specifically a white woman. And the only reason why I give white women in Japan so much crap is, again, it's the assimilation issue, you know, like the fakeness. And again, if you like that stuff, that's great. But this is my channel and I'm talking about me, you know. It's obviously a biased channel towards my opinions. But, you know, it's just like with Taylor R, I feel like I got kind of like a more down-to-earth version of what a girl with money in Japan, what kind of life she's living. And it makes me kind of sad that all those people, they're obviously jealous or talking shit about her. You know, she's got a good amount of supporters, but she also has a good amount of haters too. And I don't think she deserves it, you know? I don't think that she deserves it. And, you know, it's just funny how a lot of JVloggers, you know, like this whole Japan YouTube circle of people, it's all just like a bunch of people who are entitled assholes, you know? That's why I thought it was so funny. I saw this comment, Dov Trupin, my buddy, you know, he started becoming a host on Wow Ryu, one of the bigger YouTube channels, and this guy, he had a top comment. He's like, I met Dave at a YouTube Hanami, and I told him, he asked me who I was, and I just told him I was a YouTuber, and then he said, oh, you're not important, go away, you know, this is an event for YouTubers, don't waste my time. And I'm like, I've seen Dave act in public so many fucking times. He would never say shit like that. But all these people didn't like Dave already as the host, so they were just piling on the hate train. And it's like, yeah, dude, like, you know, if you're gonna hate somebody, you're always gonna find a reason to hate them. But yeah, I don't know. I feel that more people should be like her. I'm talking about attractive and rich. No, I just mean, like, you know, you put effort into your stuff. Like, it's like anything. You put effort and time into something and it'll pay off. Like, you know, I notice with like a lot of YouTubers, they get big and then they're already making money from people checking out their channel and like re-watching and binging their old videos, and then it's like, yeah, and then they just get lazy and they upload once or twice a month, or they start like a podcast channel and then they start a highlights channel for that podcast channel, or then they just do live streams instead, and like they get money either way because they still have a bunch of fans that want to you know, get their attention. So it's just I don't know, it's just funny. I hope to get there. I hope to get to the point where I can just be lazy and not make content, or make like low effort content and still have you guys like it. Whew. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care, said Pierre. I'm from France. But yeah, anyway, that was my talk about Taylor. I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, like, you know, when I first saw her videos, I thought they were good, and you know, I think it's a little bit of a shame that she left Japan, but I understand why, and you know, I wish her the best in her endeavors in Hong Kong. And yeah, if you guys made it this far in the video, show me the proof by writing down the emoji. Write down 6 steaks, just like get the emoji steak and just spam it 6 times. And yeah, do me a favor, you like this video, smash the like button, and to help us with the algorithm. And also hit that subscribe button and the subscribe bell so you get notified, because I upload at least 3 times a week, you know, and you know, it's important that you watch all of them right now. But anyway, yeah, with that being said, I'm Papa Tkyo. Go and check out the playlist of all the videos I have talking about other people after this. And like always, thank you guys so much for helping me on Patreon. You guys are so awesome. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.